Hello, 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 hello. I am looking at stuff. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do the stuff. Let me let me make sure everything is finished setting up, and I'll get more specific. Cause I just started writing stuff to test. Cause I want to be able to export the enums here. Trying to see how export enum works. Annotation export enum cannot apply to an enum. What the fuck does that mean? Can I do export of an enum? Cannot apply to enums. Export enum. Can I go to annotation, export enum? To do export an integer string array, integer array string. Properties as an a list of options. So what does that do? Okay, so I can't add anything to this enum. So this can give. I'm looking at all this. Script enums, use export. Yeah, or I could do the enum and then export the enum. Or export that, yeah. Which is how I did it for this one. I was just seeing if there was a way I could add stuff to it. Like add stuff to an enum. Because what my idea. Because I was looking at. I was looking at. What's it called? How the actual input event works, and it's connected to the node. So but it looks like it's kind of a signal where every node can like get the signal. So I was just wondering, how do I do something like that? Because I can get all the signals from the buttons. I just want to actually be able to get the input event of it. I'm trying to think of how I'm basically reinventing the wheel right now, because the VR input action map is separate from the rest of the input system. So I'm trying to figure out how I would, because it gets all of these names. And then there's also the float, and then the vector twos. Do do do. And I gotta be able to see what that all means. Because I'm trying to remember how the input event worked, but else also. Hand dot button press connect release connect. So I'm basically connecting all of these. So I basically want to be able to. Hmm. I'm trying to see. I'm. This is where I was yesterday. I'm just trying to think of how I connect this, cause it probably. I need the name of all the action maps, and then I need to be able to control what signal they give off. Interesting. How do I do something as crazy as that? Why why am I trying to do something like this? I need to have a signal. I think is the main thing I need to do is signal. Actually, let me pull up the documentation for signal so I can make sure I can do it correctly. Signals. Yeah. Okay, I just write, and then I can set it up to have arguments. So what I want is a signal of VR input, signal VR input, and then that's gonna need a argument of, what's it called? That's gonna need, what is that gonna need? It's gonna need input. Can I lowercase that? Okay. Input, I think it's just a string. So what I could do is input string. And then I have, for these guys, they also have values. So I do value. No, it's a float. Yeah. Do, do. How do I do this? I have the input and the float. Dropping stuff. I'm trying to think of how I handle this. Because I want it so I can emit a signal with this information. I'm basically getting the signal from the hand. Hmm. I really am just trying to make the input system. So I want to be able to take it in. I need to know when it's pressed, when it's released. I guess what I could do is also have, I can have, okay, have an enum for all of the inputs, and then I have an enum for what's it called? What would I call it? Enum for type. I guess input type. And then for input type, I do pressed, released, flow, pressed, release, float. I guess I really can't do that. What did I call it down here? Called it a float name. Then again, I was calling all these by name. Yeah, float. And then vector 2, 2. Input type. Press release float. Yeah, so it's saying float. So it's not, it's just showing up like this because of how I have it set. Hence. Right. Oh, and then the left one's still left, right? I'll double check that. Yeah. Man, I don't want it to be green, but oh, so I don't know how I would make it not. So, I mean, I guess I could capitalize it. The problem is that I can't capitalize vector 2. Put type. Yeah, so I can have all of these. Do 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 do. I guess what I also could do is I can store the enums in a different script so that way it's able to be called globally. Yeah, maybe that's what I should do instead. Is project settings. I need another global script. Global use script. Script. VR input enums. Create. Open it. Class name. VR input enums. Do. Yeah. Let me also project settings, global autoloader, add global use scripts, VR input, add. Then if I save that, oops, something's up. It's upset because this doesn't exist. Can I do VR? Can I do VR input enums dot input type. There's no way that works, right? Oh shit, that works, I guess. Does it? What? What? I don't know what that. Okay, actually, now we just let it work. So that works. That works, I guess. So what I actually want instead is beforehand I do type which is gonna be a, what's it gonna be? Type is gonna be this vr input enums input type. Types of puts, types of inputs. And then for the flow variable, this one I can do equal to 0, and that makes it optional, right? Single parameter is gonna have default values. Interesting. Okay. I guess I'll just have them give another input, maybe. Give them another value. Could probably just give it 0, or give it 1. I probably want to also do, yeah, all the alt touch and stuff. All puts of touch. Do. What the hell? Why does that toggle stuff not work here? I. I'm sure there's a faster way to do this, but you know. There we go. Yeah, like that. It's all clicked. Yeah. So now I'm able to So what I could do is enum. No. I gotta do the signal and then emit. So I would do vr input dot emit. And then for the button pressed, I do input type. Zero. Zero. How do I get that? Button name. Yeah. Oh, I guess I could also pass through if it what hand it is. That might actually also be useful. So let me so what I would do is I guess before type I could do hand. Hand which is a hands. Oop. So before I do this, I would do LOR. What's that notification about? Interesting. Okay. So it emits if it's the left or the right hand, then it emits if it's it emits if it's the left or right hand, then it inputs the button. Okay. I'm like trying to make sure I'm doing this in a smart way. I'm able to get, if it's the left or the right hand, I'm able to get, I guess let me see if I can get this, I mean, with how it's currently written, does it complain when I run the scene? I mean, it's gonna complain because I don't have the headset connected, but if I connect the headset, I think that's how I need to connect the headset to test if this works. Keyboard and mouse. I know this needs keyboard and mouse button. Its area is this, its mesh is that. It's not a toggle button. Doesn't need a toggle self toggle. The base button, it gets area, it has a toggle, it does its color shit, and then it connects on connect, and then on held. Too interesting. On held does its thing. If toggle deactivate, I guess I can do else button let go. Button hold gives area, button hold function, button let go. What did I spell wrong? Oh, I didn't do anything after it. There we go. Let's do not touching, deactive. If area is in hand, does the toggle deactivate thing, and then it can also be deactivated like this. But if it's here, it's hold, change color, touching, deactive. Okay. So in the keyboard one, I need to edit the scripts of, I need to edit these scripts. Let me also do, and go. I'm gonna remove these because I know, I mean, I'm gonna want to clarify what they do in here. Base button. Touching color, deactivate color. So what I also would want to do is instead of doing the colors here, I do super dot button hold hand. Super dot button underscore button underscore button let go. Okay. So what I need to do now with these is I need to do this. I need to do this, but I need to do input connect. Yeah. Hand dot vr input hand.vr input. I guess it's all is it all capital? Yeah. Dot connect. Do. I can do like 1.5 4. Local on scene 1.54. Shit, I want this to actually go the other way. Go 4 1 4 1. And then I actually don't know which way it goes in test scene. I guess I would have to save this one. Okay, other way, other way. And actually looking at it, I probably do want this to be wider, skinnier, boop, and taller. 6.252. 6.252. Oh, actually raise that up just a tiny bit. And then look at it here. Actually, no, don't raise it up. Actually, no, this needs to go down a tiny bit because it needs to touch the desk. But that keyboard's a little too big, actually. If I just made the actual thing itself a little smaller. Transform size like a 0.75. It's upset that I changed it. Oh, does it not? Oh, I guess this probably doesn't change anything. I guess I have to do it in here, maybe? Then that makes it smaller, yeah. Oh, it's still floating off the desk. I guess let me go here, do, which one's the one I want it to go? This one, yeah. Okay. I guess I can also push it closer to the screen. That way it's definitely on the desk. Okay. And then what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was setting it up so it was in spot. Connect. How does that work again? Connect, and then I do the thing it's actually connecting to. function get input get vr input. So I don't need to, I just do that. Okay. So I don't need this. Oh wait. I don't need that. And then it goes here, but I do need to give it its I still gotta give it its input value, which is this. Yeah. Oh, I gotta do I think I gotta get hands into VR input enums. There we go. Bye. Now I'm able to call those. Then this one gets the same thing of it's a hand input. Okay. Print print hand print type print input print float. Oh no, value. Why? Oh, value isn't a float. Value can be whatever it wants to be. I forgot about that. Cause it in here value is a vector. So I actually probably want to do that. Bye. So now it connects, and then I can disconnect, can I? And VR input dot this. Can I disconnect? Disconnect. It's not showing me it. What? It's not moving it. Display. It's saying that there's more on this web page, but it's not actually showing me the more. displays. Oh, I'm sure it's hidden in the side panel. Never mind. I guess I can try and go here and do hand dot button score pressed dot disk. Can I disconnect? I'm gonna assume that that works and then do this and put disconnect. Does it tell me where this leads to? It won't. It's not gonna. Do, do, do. Connecting signal via code. Do. Yeah. I'm gonna assume I can do disconnect. I'm gonna hope I can. I mean, I guess maybe I can check the signal. Oh, will it not pull up how signals work? I guess I'd have. Alright, yeah, no, what I'm doing work exists. What I do exists. Because I do disconnect, right? Don't capitalize it. Yeah. So, and then in here it gets emit. Me just hide this for a moment. Let me set up the VR stuff real quick to see if it works. Okay. I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't work. I ain't gonna say it's not. I ain't gonna say it's gonna work, but I don't know why it wouldn't work yet. So, get stuff moved around. Can't find headset. God, screw you. Connect. Work? Is it gonna work? That's the question. Okay. Let me connect. Controller, turn on. It's trying to use hand tracking. It's not connecting controllers. Are they gonna work now? They're like turning on or something. They're doing something weird. Oh, they're updating. I should have looked a little bit more up in the VR headset actually. Okay, let me get that. I think everything is off the screen, so I can switch back to here. Okay, they're updated. Oh, their batteries are low as well. That's fine. Oh, it wants me to set up a confirm boundary. I don't know why I'm trying to dodge my microphone with the cable. Oh, I like pulled on a cable or something. This cable is being weird. What's happening to you? Why? No, what? Something's going on with my cable. Disconnect. Reconnect. Link. Is there a problem with the cable connecting to the PC and not the headset? Let me double check that the cable is properly connected to the PC, I guess. Or how it's connected to the PC, because that's weird. See if you plug it in helps. Enable link. Able to, okay, it seems to be working now. Let me, where's my mouse at? Do this. Gonna open up Steam VR on the other monitor, and it's gonna load this, and it's gonna load it just fine. Oh, give me my hands. Where are my hands? There they are. If I crash the entire game, okay. Oh, what? I think I did something weird. It's probably because I did this. What error did it even give? Like, it just kind of stopped working, and I didn't see what error it really gave. Here, input, object type area 3D. Why does that debug error go away when I close this stuff? I'm trying to read the debug error so I can figure out how to fix my problem. Invalid access to property or key are input on base object types area. Keyboard and mouse, it gets the hand. And hand is the area that entered. What is so it's not actually giving the node, is it? Hold up. Print hand. So it's still gonna crash, but it's gonna print the hand first, so that way I can actually see. Because is it just printing the... It's like being upset. Is it printing all that, like the button stuff before I... Oh, I'm not in it. Oh. Reset Steam VR. Ooh. Interesting. Steam VR just did not work there. Okay. That's good. That's good to know. Let's try it again. Okay. So it's not getting any inputs. Oh, I guess I don't even have my controller set up, so I can't tell. Controller connect. Oh, did my right controller turn off? Let me put it on the charger. Left controller. My left controller is connected. I don't touch anything, and then I... Oh no. There. So it looks like the problem is it's getting the area 3D of it's getting this, I think. What is it? Oh, in group hand, yeah. That's what it's getting. It's not getting its parent. Get parent. Get parent. Let me let me see about that. Where was it getting upset at? It was getting upset here because I was trying to connect it to... Because hand is not okay. Do hand dot get parent. Print hand. Let's try something like that. So we got when did it print the hand? It printed that just like the base button ding where it prints. Oh, it prints hand here. So I don't want that. Because that's gonna, I just want to make sure it gets the parent. Why does it keep putting me back? Oh, what? It's just getting the hand. So if I'm able to get the hand, if I'm able to get the parent in here, let me actually make this a variable controller variable controller is equal to hand get parent, and then what I want is controller dot vr input connect, and I want a very similar thing. I want this down here as well, and then I want controller input. Okay, how does that work? Come on. Doesn't seem to be working quite how it wants to. What is happening here? Not callable area 3D. Called with 3. I need so I do need to give it the fourth one. Why didn't it say that? Fucking. Will that work? If I actually give it what it wants? Seconds time. Does not seem to be happy with that. Error single callable. Cannot convert argument 2 from dictionary to integer. What? It's probably this guy. I guess what I need to do is I need to give it Well, let me print. Let's see what that prints as in this situation. 0. Which is left, I'm pretty sure. Could I have it do... How does the enums work again? I'm able to call state. Do dot. Is it, what was it? Where did I do this before? Was it somewhere in door button where I used? Where else did I use enums for something like this? I'm trying to remember. I don't remember. Oh, I used it for office behavior, didn't I? Or something like that? Or do I need... It was somewhere in the dictionary, right? I'm able to, like, get keys or some shit. Oh, find key. Dot. Key. No, I don't think. I guess I could just use the numbers for this, and then this one would be... It would be like your inputs type dot press. And then that one should not have error. Oh wait, I think it's working. Because it's giving 0 for the left hand. Okay, so it's giving 0 for the left hand. Wait. 0 for the left hand, 0 for the type, because it gets that. Where is it? If you are already connected to given callable that object. Is it not disconnecting properly? Or was it just because I had like removed it and then put it back in fast enough? Well, I guess one of the main things I want to do is make sure that it stops being connected when I take my hand off. So right now, it's connected. When I take it off, it remains connected, which is a problem. Oh, is it because I'm not actually like... Does that actually work when it's... Interesting. It doesn't seem to be disconnecting properly. Already connected. Yeah, that's what I was thinking was happening. Let me also... I want to be able to hear the music again. I mean, I haven't been able to really take off the headset, so I can't really put on the headphones, but okay, what is happening here? Button untouched. Is it being untouched? I mean, it's going, ooh. Come on. I can't get, my desk is in the way. Wait. Oh, and I can't move. Wait, can I recenter my Steam? Where is it? Where is recenter? You untouched. So it's able to detect it being untouched. If toggle button is false. Oh wait, I did this backwards. Oh wait, I don't need an else. I just need to do this. And then I don't need to do deactivate color in here. It's already done. So what I do is I go back and I do pass. Because if it's not a toggle button, which everything else was, it deactivates the color, but everybody else should, because if it's a toggle button, it either toggles to deactive when it's touched, or it's automatically set to deactive, which undoes the color. So I need to do untouch button let go. Yes. And then what I actually should do is I run the let go and then I put the color in here because I've been putting the color in everything else. And then that allows it to be disconnected. I believe it should. That was the main thing I need to worry about. If I connect, and it broke everything. I'm amazing. I'm so fucking great at this. Put base object, 3D controller, base control. What do you mean? Oh, and then it disappears the error when I go to actually check it out. It's because I spelt it wrong. Of course it is. Ta-da! Oh, that should fix everything. All my problems should be fine. No crashing. If I touch it, I'm able to give inputs. If I take away... Oh, it's... Okay, no, those are just the normal prints that it does. Touch. Okay, perfect. So now I'm able to tell when it is touching. I'm able to tell what controller is touching. So yeah, I'm able to get the inputs. Okay. I'm able to get the inputs from here, which is perfect. It does mean, okay, so what I need to do is I need to finish setting up these enums. I probably am gonna need like an all one as well, but Do do do. I mean, what I could do is I could do touch clicked. All input buttons. Actually, I'm trying to think of how I want it. Because here it gives what is it? It's hand, so I can tell if it's left or right. It gives the input type. Then it gives the string, which is the name, and then it gives the value. And the types are pressed, release, float, and vector2. What I could do. Do I make more press? But then I have to be able to tell if this is a touch or not beforehand. Or I can just put all the buttons together. Because I can have pressed and then I can have pressed, touch pressed. Which would give me the ability to separate, because I want to separate touch and button, like clicked. I guess I could do that in here if I still did the match statement and then matched all of the touches together and then matched all the clicks together to emit it. Because I do want to kind of have these touches, because I do want those separated. Yeah, I want those separated. Trigger, grip, grip force. I don't know what the difference between these two are. Probably something on a more like, unlike a more Gersey control. I mean, I guess I could look. Default pose. Oh, where is it? Grip force. What here uses grip force? There. GC5. I guess I could check. Is there no... Is there no, or is it the Oculus touch controllers? I don't know. Oh, XRFB touch controllers? I have a feeling that means Facebook. Interesting. So I think the touch controllers are actually at trigger proximity, some proximity. And then there's some rest touch, which I could add into the action map. Because that's something I noticed that wasn't there. So I guess I could add more into here. Just so I had to look into that a bit. But I'm not going to change any of like what is set up here. I'm sure there's probably a better way than writing out all of these into the enums, but for now that's how it's be. I want to do I add more here? I think I am going to. I think I'm going to do touch pressed touch released. Or I guess I could do click for these ones. Click pressed. Click released. Okay. Alright. Touch press, click press, touch release, click release, float vector. Okay. And in here, instead of being pressed, I do clicked, pressed. What? Clicked. Oh, it's click pressed, not clicked. There we go. But that's not even what I need to do. I need to do is control K this, and then I need to do that. Just basically make it so all of these do the same thing instead of being their own separate ones. And then I need to do something like this, but instead of it being clicked pressed, it's touch press. Touch press. Okay. And then I do the same thing for these guys. And then this time I snatch that one and put it in here. There. So all the touches are touch press, clicked pressed, return 0, and then pass. Guess I can push warning. button name button name does not exist. Then I basically need just the exact same thing underneath button release, but instead of touch pressed, it's touch released. And then instead of clicked pressed, it's clicked released. Do. Okay. So now I have all the inputs. I'm able to get the controller hand. Okay. Great. Okay, now I need to do these guys. Do. Bye. I need to do, what do I need to do? I need to add in other enums of all float, all inputs of float enum all floats. All inputs of vector2 enum all vector2 okay, and then that's gonna be these guys for float. There we go. What's that? Who? What? Someone streaming? Okay. Sorry, I got distracted by this post. There's Someone apparently just needs so many objects in their Godot. Yeah, it's 260,000 object. That's insane. Distracted. I'm distracted. Should never open Reddit on stream. I just get distracted. What am I doing here? This one I don't even need to do because floats are all the same. Because input float, what I need to do is vr input dot emit. It's LOR for telling if it's the left or the right hand. vr input enums. Is there a second? vr input enums dot input type dot float. Okay, and then I do button. Oh no, it's a float name. Float name, and then I do value. And how does it receive these again? Hand type input value. Okay. And then I don't need any of this anymore because I've already gotten all the names I need. And then for this one, it's just primary and secondary. Okay. Then I can get rid of this. And then I need, let me get the print back up. Then vr emit. Instead of float, this is vector2. Then it's vector name. Then it's value. Which I believe it's all good. I mean, what? Okay. So all of this now emits to the keyboard or wherever else I put the vr input. And then I guess it's up to me to determine how I want to control the inputs from here. Because now I can get the inputs and I also get what hand they are. Hand. Can I get like vr input ems dot hand? I wonder what that would give me, if that will give me left or right. That's my question. Will that give me left or right? Where's the controller? Oh, okay. And it crashes. Cannot access property or key hand on base. Oh, it's because it's going for okay. I see. Yes, what could I do? Find key. Could I do dot find key? Find key hand. Will that print left or right? Controller. There we go. And it crashes. Non-existent function find key based node. Oh, that's right. I gotta do dot hands. Can I do wait? Dot hand, which is gonna print left and right, I believe. I'm gonna double check that. That's what it does before I. Cause I want to double check. Mute. What did I? Where's my mouse? Oh, where is it? There it is. I'm trying to like peek through the aisle. Print VR input. Oh, I gotta actually do something when I'm touching it. If I. Oh, okay. Invalid access property or keys hand. Okay. Oh, it's hands. I'm gonna cry. I gave left and right. Okay. What I could do is hands. Can I do dot hand? What will that give me? Can I find member hand and base? Okay. Dot find key. Hand. Okay, so it gives left for that. I guess I could also do that for the rest of the prints. I can do if you dot in put type dot find key type. Oh, where am I? Where am I? Help me. Where am I? Oh, what? Why am I all the way? How did I get that? Hold up. Let me recenter. Because apparently Steam thinks I'm all the way over there. Touch. Do 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 do. Okay. Do. So I'm able to get all of these inputs now. Okay. So I'm able to get inputs. That all works. Now I gotta think of how I actually want to control stuff. How would I actually want to use this? Because if I'm touching it, I want to use the joystick on the right controller. Joystick on the right controller. Yeah, I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. Yeah, because I want the right. I guess I want to separate the right and the left controller. Oh wait, I just realized something. Let me let me double check that I am correct. That I did something that makes it behave weird. That gets weird behavior. Let me, because I'm assuming if I take both my controllers and then I touch one, I touch the other, I remove one. Yeah. Yeah, that is a slight problem. Ba, 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 ba. I mean, I can fix that. Boo doo boo boo doo doo. Variable. Variable. L. L hand on. Variable. R hand on. These would be like rules. I'm just trying to think this out. Because what I would do is I would have it so that these can control. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Variable controller. Do, do, do. I'm trying to think. Maybe I do, instead of that hands on, this is an integer, and then when hand is on, do hand is on. Bu, 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 bu. Bu, bu, bu. On plus equal 1. Do. Then what I could do is, if hands on is equal to 0, super dot button let go hand. Controller input disconnect VR hands on. Hands on. Want to make sure that this works. Headset goes on. Controllers get grabbed. My Boop. You. You. Okay, they're not. Can I recenter from where I am now? Bring me forward. Okay. There's 1, 2. Take 1 away, it doesn't work. Take 2 away. Okay. There is no difference for me that when 2 are on. So I guess I could add that. Or I can make it so that it gives a different color. I guess I could do it so if hands on, I guess it'd probably be better if I do match hands on and then remove the super one. Match hands on 1 underscore button color. Change button color. To what color? What colors are there again? It's oh, this is the keyboard and mouse one. Button colors. Oh, why are those black? Why are those? Wait, what? Why is that like that? Especially since it doesn't stay like that, does it? Wait, keyboard and mouse here. Keyboard and mouse monitoring. Wait, why doesn't this have its things? Why doesn't it have the VR button stuff in the computer system? Wait, does it have it here? Computer system? Well, I guess I wouldn't have it here, but. So it has a keyboard and mouse. Interesting. But why does it say that and then also isn't that? I guess I'm changing the button here, but that doesn't make sense either. Change color to touching. Change color active. I guess then I do the same thing here. I guess what I could do is function match hands on. Which I just take this, paste, hands on when match hands on. And then I also do 0 change color button deactive. Then I can get rid of this, and then I do match hands on. This technically is a void then. Match hands on. Hi. Are these technically void? Because they don't return anything. They kind of just start activating this signal. They just kind of connect stuff, so they don't really have Number of hands. Number of hands on keyboard and mouse. Next. Connect controller input. Connect controller input to input. Take this, put it here, connect controller nope, this goes to disconnect. Lowers hand count by 1. Okay. Hands on. Oh, there's no description because I haven't saved the code. There it is. Match hands when ran. Right. And then what I would want to do is, instead of printing all of this, I want to match type, I think. Because type is printing a number. Do I want to use the number or do I want to use the key? I guess it's a question. Because key means that I have to write it down. I mean, because key is technically a string in here. Match type. I could do match type find key. And then I would have to, and then I could write out the stuff. Match type, I guess, dot find. Or I could just comment saying what it is, what the numbers are. But then I don't remember. Cause can I look at input types? It doesn't show me all the stuff inside of the enum. Which is weird. I don't have a name for that. With all enum with your input. There we go. Does it not want to do that? Because it's a global. If I do it there, does it start showing up here? No, I don't think I just don't think I get to see it. Okay. Type. I guess not find keys. Find key. Cannot call function on enum value. Match. Match type dot find key type. I guess what I do first is print. What if I print this? Okay, colors work. What was I doing? Oh, it's printing the names and stuff. Okay. It's printing the type. Could I do type? Type on base object string. Well, at least I know it's a string now. So, is this actually any easier? I guess actually what I do instead of this, I do type. And then could I do here type dot touch pressed? Does that work? How I think it's gonna work. It does. Okay, cool. So what I can do is pass. What I do is I just match all the types. Input pressed, click pressed, pass. vr input enums dot input type dot touch let go. Expected blank, yeah. Touch release. What is this one? Oh well. Dot input type dot click do you mean it doesn't matter? What does it click release? What? Expected indent, oh, that. Our input enums dot input type dot float. VR input enums dot input type dot vector 2. If I did just vector, would that give an error? It would, because that doesn't exist. Okay, so that's good to know that it does push errors if shit doesn't exist. Ba-da-do-do-do-do. And then I guess I could give it the same. I could. I'm trying to think if there is a better way of me getting this. Like get VR input. But I can't think of one at the moment. Okay. Function click clicked press do. Alright. VR hand input input string Actually, do I want trying to think if I want it to connect here, do I want to connect to the actual gameplay of something? Because I could just connect this to something else instead of having it in here. I guess what I could do, control. Do. I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. Do. Because I feel like it would be good to have, instead of having it go through the keyboard and mouse into something else, I think it would be nice if the keyboard and mouse allows for something else to then connect to it. Basically have it so that the keyboard and mouse isn't necessarily what is controlling the actions, but have it so that it allows what does control the actions to control. Script VR input handler class name our input put handler. And then this one could probably actually extend from the enums potentially, just so it has the enums in it. Yeah. VR input enums. Do. I have so many things open at this point. I don't need setup open. I don't need the base button open at this point. I don't think. I don't need camera behavior open. Computer behavior I might at some point. Door button I don't need. Camera and mouse. Okay. Input handler. This doesn't even tell me what this one does. Why wouldn't it? Do. From VR controllers. Okay. Do. What it needs is get VR. Okay. Do match hands on. So the hands on stuff is different. I need basically this in here. And actually, since this is its own thing, it doesn't need to do this. It can just do that. And then it can just do input type because it's getting the same input type as the that class. Do. Could I actually use... Could I actually, instead of extending from a node, could I extend the same input enums into here? So that way I don't have to... Actually, that would make it... If I did it that way, I probably wouldn't need to use these enums. except maybe in here. Cause yeah, your input not given. Oh, you're so right, but I don't care right now. I guess I kind of do care a little. Damn it, that's not the right one. It's Control K to cover that up. Clicked press is not aiding in here anymore. Okay. Yeah, because if I called enums here, I can definitely clean up stuff a bit. I guess it's probably what I want to do. VR input enums. So instead of doing this, I can do hands, and then I can do the same for everything. Input type dot touch press. Button name. Okay. Okay. That cleaned it up. Okay. So now they're using the same thing. Get VR input. Why I'm starting to zone out just the tiniest bit. Okay, input type. Input type is still type of inputs. Hand is left or right hand. String, that's its own fucking thing. I want to. I think I want to. I'm trying to think of how I want to handle this. Do I want to handle it? I think I want it to be that the first step is checking what type it is, and then later on you can check if it's hands, if that is important to check if it's hands, which I can think of a couple instances where I would need to. So what I need is a function. I guess, is this technically a void? Function, touch pressed. Touch pressed, that just needs, that needs hand, which is hands. And then it also needs input, which is a string. It does not need value, and it does not need type. And then what I do is in here, I do touch pressed, and then I do hand type. Press 2 arguments before. Touch pressed argument to be string before input type. Oh, I set type and not input. Input. Do. Then it's basically the same type of stuff as this. What? Is there anything else that every version of this touch is gonna need? It's gonna need. I guess it kind of needs to set this enum back into. Because I guess for input here, it technically isn't this. It would be all touch. All touch. All touch by string. What I need is. All touch. All touch. Dot input. No. Dot. What should I do? Get. Get input. Print input. So this extends VR button. Its class name is this. How do I test this? How do I test this? Is the question of the day. GDE extension. What? What is this? The Godot specific technology that lets share libraries at runtime. I don't think this is. I don't think that is exactly what I want. It basically applies to the top of the new script. It's straight better if all the enemies in your game are going to use the same script. What does that do? Extends keyboard and mouse. Oh, and then does that. That goes to test. Okay. Undo that. No, undo that. Ah, damn it. It reset these, which is just amazing. And then I need to close that and just delete that. Where did that save, actually? I wasn't paying attention. Did it save in, like, test keyboard scenes, delete? Actually, let me double check that this is the same one. Yep, delete it. Okay, remove testing, blah, blah, blah. Print input. I don't know what to. How to reference in Godot. How to reference another script in Godot. I guess what I could do is just add another node. Add child node, 3D node, test VR input. Do, 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 do. Export test input. We'll test import. If I were to do this dot connect and then I were to do test input dot would that work? That is the question I now have. Oh no, my hair, it's in the way. Do test How do I test it? What was I testing again? I need it to touch press. Print input. Seems to only do it on the right hand. Oh, but then again, I don't think I actually touch. There we go. Which one's 2? Because that's 0, 1, 4, 3. Something else is supposed to be 2, but I don't think the touch controllers actually do it. You. Alright. Let me. So, good news is that this also works. I guess what I could do is. I don't know if I want to connect input yet. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. I just wanted to make sure that everything was going to work before I started working on more of it. But it does all work. Handler. So this gives back the number, but so would this. So. Is that any import? Was that an important Snapchat notification? No. Hi. I guess what I need to do is just pass on this one function. The click pressed. All click. Like that. All click. It's all clicked. Why did I call it all clicked but all touch? I'm gonna change all. I'm gonna change that. I know that's gonna probably get shit upset at me, but it's fine. Alright, no. Actually, I don't think I used it anywhere else. Controller, input handler, all clicked. Oh yeah, no, I fixed that already, so it's fine. What are all these? Oh yeah, because they were already connected. Do I want to call these touch press or do I want? Doom, boom, boom. So I could do match touch press. Match click press. Match touch press. Match click press. Hand touch input. Do 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 do. match touch release, match press release or clicked release, and then hand touch input. Then function match float hand input all float and then what is it then? All floats. Why did I call it all float? It shouldn't be all floats, it should just be all float. Script, yeah, no, I fixed that, don't worry. Match float hand all touch get input value float value. Even though this might not always be, I know this one's not always going to be a float, but when it gets to here, it always will be, because if it's a float, it means that it has to be a float. For sure it does. And then finally we do function match vector match vector 2 I hand all float, that's going to become all vector 2. Yeah. Then up here I do match vector 2 to this. Hand touch all the input. Yeah. Do. So now I'm able to match these. And I'm able to match them in other, if anything references this script, I can call these, I can set up these functions to control stuff. Is there any better way I could do that? I think that sets it up. So it would connect with the get input, and then the get input would start doing these and then I work on these in the inside part of it. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go turn on my light. Okay. So now I have it so that the inputs can go through. I guess what I could do is in here export variable input connections, which is a node. Then here I can assign that, which means I can also assign it in here. Yeah. And then instead of test input, I do input connections. Boom. Yeah. So whatever the keyboard is connected to when the controllers are on it. Okay, yes. So now I can. Now the keyboard connects the actual controller inputs to something else. And then they disconnect when you take them off. The input handler, it gets this function and then it hands it somewhere else. So as long as the thing has this, I should also probably label all of these. Takes input from signal. What was the keyboard and mouse thing? It connected the input Getfiar inputs to the input, which comes from the base controller, which sends the stuff. So basically, this one sends the signal. This one takes the make sure that it can. Basically, you need to hold it to give the signal to somebody else. And then the somebody else has these where it will take input from signal and call function based on input type. Do match put name, match input name of touch. When touch button is pressed, match name. To do when click button is pressed, match name. touch button is released, match name. Put when click button is released, match name. When float changes, match name, give value. Oh, this one shouldn't be float, that should be a factor too. Match name, put value. Yeah. Yep. Bye. Now I have this all working. All the input stuff should be good, like golden right now. What I can do is computer behavior. Do I want to Okay, I think I need to think about how I actually handle the computer. Because what the computer needs. What does the computer need? Did I give this one? I didn't give that one. Okay. I've named most things. Keyboard and mouse. Next. Hand inputs to get connect VR inputs to input interpreter. Oh, I guess I shouldn't say connect. I guess it should say input interpreter. Connects controller inputs to input interpreter. Input interpreter. Yeah. So I'm trying to think of how I handle this. I think I need like a new, okay, where is computer scripts, computer behavior? Let me create folder office. Do I want to call it office? What do I? Because I kind of want to have a new folder for what's it called? Uh, buh, buh, buh. Screen. Uh, call. Do folder, create folder, scenes, create new folder, scripts, change color red, create new script, base, computer, inputs. And then base computer inputs is going to extend VR input handler. Base input handler for base input handler for computer class name computer computer handler. Okay. This one is going to get, gonna grab a couple of these, but I don't know which ones. Cause let me think of what I'm gonna need. I'm gonna need, I think I only want, I want the floats, I want the vector 2s, I want the buttons. Yeah. Let me do that then. So I don't want the touches is the main thing I think. Touch, remove that. Touch, remove that. What is this one? What does this do? Oh, it goes to the parent. I like hover over it and let go. Does it tell me what it does or no? Okay, I just know that it goes to the parent. Yeah, because it goes to here. I know it gets referenced in here. Okay. Match. input. Oh wow. Match input. Okay. I guess now I gotta figure out which ones I want. And this does call from a class where I can call these enums. So yeah, all clicked. So input. I guess I could do like all click dot find key input. Actually, no, I don't need to do that. I need to do. I did this before. Where did I did it in here. Yeah, I do input type and then I type what it has. Yeah. So I do input, but instead of these, I do I do all click dot a b. What is all click? All click it has ax. That's what it is. Click dot ax. Ax underscore button. If I change the name, yeah, it doesn't recognize it. Okay. So I want, what do I want in here? I want the trigger. I want primary for the vector 2. Input primary. Ooh, actually, no, I do all vector 2 dot primary. Did I do that correct? What? I'm just surprised I spelled primary correct, apparently. All click dot it was like by underscore button. Pass. Yeah. Do 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 do. I need. Do I need those buttons on that controller? Well, I need them on the left one, I think. Yeah. Do 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 do. I input AVX. I guess I could just check them all here. I'm just kind of like thinking about how stuff works now. Because I want, boo boo boo. Because I also, I guess I could just copy all of these over. Do, 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 do. So, I mean, I want, I don't want touch, I want clicked. Trigger clicked, grip click, primary click. I know I want trigger click and grip click for sure. I guess I'm just now figuring out which ones I want. All click dot trigger. Ooh. Trigger click. Pass. Trigger click, what was it then? Trigger click. Did I spell it wrong? I did. Yep. Click dot not trigger, grip click. Because I want trigger, I want grip, I want X and Y. I want the primary. Do I want the float for anything? Because what is the float? That's the trigger and then the grip. I can't think of what else I would need. I don't know what I would need that for yet. What would I need those forces for? I'll potentially need them later, but right now I don't need them. And then match release. Do I need a release one? Potentially. Potentially I need a release, but I don't know. Yeah. Because those are the ones I don't really need the factor. I don't need a float right now. I just don't know what I would use these for. I think for now I just leave it like that until I need it. I'll trigger. Guess what I do now is I set it up so that these actually affect something. What I need is I need new functions. Function left function left trigger. Ooh. Function right underscore right trigger. I guess I can short it down to RT click, RT or LT click, and then these. Do I want to do the hands here? Or I guess I'm doing the triggers, which are the hands. Doo-doo. So, and then in trigger, I do run LT click if hand is equal to 0, else RT click. Oh, I gotta do that. So if hand is 0, which I believe should be left, because I do left first. Left, yeah. So if it's a left hand, it does L, okay. Function underscore left grip click pass function right click right grip click pass right grip click pass, and then up here it does the same thing of left grip click if hand is equal to 0, else right grip click. Okay. And then I do a function. I want to do X first because X is on the left hand. Just for my system. X click. How did I do that? Bye. Function A click A click X click and then Y and B. Function Y click pass function B click pass. So that's the triggers. So that's all the clicks. Now I just gotta put them in. Yep. That's X click if hand is equal to 0, else A click. I'm gonna just copy this. Underscore Y click if hand is 0, else B click. Okay. And that's all the buttons I want for now. And then I do defector primary. What I need is function left vector 2 pass. This requires a value of a vector 2 function rv2 value. Oh wait, After 2. Pass. Oh, and you capitalize that. Alright. Here. What do I still have? Okay, I still have that. So what I do is I do LV2. And then that one is value if hand is 0, else RV2 value. Okay. There we go. Okay. So now I got it all separated out. And then I could, I guess I should name what all these do. Left trigger is clicked. Run when left trigger is clicked. Run when right trigger is clicked. Run when left rip is clicked. God, I'm just typing the same thing over and over again. Mute. When right grip is clicked, run when X is pressed. X A Y B B. Do 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 do. Boom 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 boom. Do 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 boom. Okay. Run one left primary. Two. Okay. So these are the base inputs. Basically, it just matches them and then it gives the clicks. And then I can call these in anything that is set to have this as its extended parent. Okay. Okay. Hi. Okay. Yeah. Do 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 do. let me sync. How does... I know I have a computer system. It has a temporary viewport. If I had a new 2D scene test... If I added 2D... Maybe I should do a camera in here. 2D camera. Form. Project settings, general. Name for your test. Let me double check something because I remember having a lot of troubles with the camera 2D. Automatically set by viewport size. Don't change size. You have a camera to your level needed. Zoom value. Alright, I see. So what I need to do actually is set this to I need to change type to viewport. Camera is 1080. Is it 10? It's the other way around. Interesting. I don't know how to actually check how this viewport works. What is this? Oh, that's just normal. Wait, can I do that? What? I can do that? Okay. I did not know I could do that. That's good to know. Ba 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 ba. Add child node, sprite 2D. Where is the sprite? What? Swarm 00. What? Oh wait, is this thing I should be doing. Where, what? Oh wait, do I need like a child 2D node? And do I need to put this stuff into there? The fuck is this? Why can't I see it in the 2D mode? Do change type 2D. Yeah, that fixes it. I don't get it. Wait. Do test screen. To do center, duplicate corner 1. Duplicate duplicate. Okay. Test. Computer screen scene. Camera screen test. Computer screen 3D. Temp view port. If I go to computer screen scene, temp view port. That's not right. Also, this is backwards, I'm realizing. Is this one also backwards or something? Can't tell. I guess if I turned on like what this camera and then made it current. Oh, it doesn't update that automatically. That's right. So why doesn't that work? that doesn't do anything. Okay. That just does that. What? That doesn't do jack shit. What the hell? I'm trying to. How do I get this? I need to get the screen to work. Yeah, that's not doing that. Like, the viewport is just doing its own thing. Rose, width, and height are automatically set by the viewport size. Is that just project settings? This viewport? If I did this as 1920, this one is 1080. Well, that changes the camera size in here, but it doesn't fix the actual problem. Because it's not, this camera is not being put onto this viewport. Elements, data. Viewport texture. And that, okay, I can move it manually, which isn't as fun. It's also, so it's very zoomed out. What? Oh, I guess I did change where the corners were because I realized I was doing. So if I did that, then went back to the computer system 3D. What was that? Like 960? Okay, I think it's just half of what this is. So 19 is 8. No, 19 wouldn't be 8, would it? That would be 9.5, so 9.6. Actually, that's exactly what I typed in, isn't it? Yeah, 9.6, which would line up this center here. Do, 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 do. But the problem is that the viewport only shows the scene. The viewport doesn't follow the camera. Do, do, do. I know this was something that gave me a lot of problems with the Game Jam game. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Yeah. Oh shit. Do, 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 do. Because a viewport is just completely different. And I don't know why. I don't remember how this viewport stuff works with the camera. Add child node, camera 2D, fixed top left. Change this one just to a 2D node. Change type 2D. Save. Save here. Okay. Input connection. Add child attach script. Test computer screen. Stand base computer. What was this one? Base computer input handler. Wow, I spelled that. did all sorts of mistakes there. Just want to make sure that, yeah, that is showing up. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Export variable center node. Boo. Function a click. What was it called in here? It was in base. A click. Boop boop. Yeah, and then that goes to higher one, and then I want center dot transform. Actually, let me do this. Print center transform. Okay. Computer input handler. Center node, center. And then what I do is computer system. Keyboard and mouse needs input connection. I do this. Because then it gets the input connection from here. And then it should affect this. Okay, let me try that. Am I on my wire? I am. That's so cool. Alright, headset on. Still in. I'm still in. Oh, where? I teleported outside the wall. Hey, whoa, where am I? Oh, I'm just like inside a wall. Thank you, Steam. This is exactly where I want to be. There we go. Okay. Let me test the scene and see how it works. Oh wait, I need to. And it crashed. Okay. Huh. What's the set? Function match path click no 2D. Not convert argument 2 from nil to integer. Not make this into integer. Not, is it get? Not convert argument 2 from nil. Hold up. Input. Try that again. AX button. It is get, not it. Get key. Oh, that's just upset because not a lot of stuff was used. Convert, cannot convert argument 2 from nil to. Oh, what? No 2D computer screen. When it matches, match, click, hand, touch. Cannot convert argument 2 from nil to integer. Oh, it's because these are touch. I didn't change these. That's what my problem is. This isn't supposed to be all touch. This one's supposed to be all click. And then it's the same here. Okay, so I just did something dumb. This one is all float. And then this one is all vector 2. And that should fix my problem. It seems to have fixed a problem. Oh, this is just huge now. Wait. How do I... Oh, it's not letting me... Hold up. So it is printing it. So I mean, the input is going through. Transform dot x is plus equal 10. Let's try that. And it broke. Oh, so many things happen at once. Oh, wait. Maybe something like that will help. Nope. Invalid operator enter .x. Oh wait, I gotta do like position. Position.x. Did I spell it wrong? What? It just took a while to load. Oh, it works. So the camera does follow the one guy. Okay. Okay, so that does work. Man, I want to make project settings. I want to put that back down. Does that change how it looks? It doesn't seem to. Yeah. Position is equal to, I guess, instead of a click, what if I did function r vector 2? Oh wait, I need value. Value vector 2. Center dot position is plus equal value. Oh, it's backwards. Hang on a second. Then let me make it faster times 10. 20. No, it's still backwards. Wait. I'm completely lost in here. Right? Okay. Plus. Up and down are backwards, but left and right are correct? Left, right, down, up. Okay. That's strange. Value.x, value.y, negative? On. Okay, so that works. So now I just have 2D game running in the VR space, which is actually exactly what I wanted. Are these backwards? I'm just now thinking. I mean, this one's the hallway. Ooh. Oh, I think these are actually backwards, aren't they? Hold up. I think I got this. I think I got this camera system backwards, because if I check the button holder, yeah, it should be this way. Actually, let me just make it positive. And then I'm gonna save that. And then in here, I'm going to turn this 180. So negative, wait, is it, no, it's 160, right? No, it's 180. So this becomes 284.5. Yeah. And then I might have to spin the rotation some more. Let me check. Yeah, no, now it's backwards. So I need it to be, instead of 90, it's like, what is it? 90 was 90 plus 180 is 270. No. What if I just did 180? Is this not working? Or is it just because I didn't set it before I updated it? Because 90 faces towards me, right? So, I mean, what does 0 look like? Facing the other way. So it should be somewhere around 2 something. Is it 2? Because it goes 90, 80. Oh, is it 2? Is it 2? Isn't it 270? Did I just not save it before I reloaded? I didn't save it before I reloaded. That's the problem I had. There's the hallway. Those are the offices. That's one corner. That's the guy. Okay. Oh, and I'm underneath my desk. I can move this guy around. Okay. And then if I went here, put the camera here, and then tried it, I'm assuming, okay, they move around. I think the problem is that can go off the screen. I need to find a way to make it so that doesn't go off screen. But also this is some great progress. Hmm. Can I keep going for another hour? I think what I need to do, I think I'm gonna end it here because I need to figure out all of I need to figure out all of the screens. Like right now I have the logic workout, but I need to figure out how they're actually gonna work. And to figure out how they're actually gonna work, I'm gonna need to do some planning, do some writing, do some thinking and figuring out. So I think this was some good shit because now I know how to make 2D scene work in 3D. I know how to I know how to make something move. I know how to connect the script. All I gotta do. So maybe tomorrow when I get back, I might make everything. I might make all the. I might start working on all the 2D stuff. Yeah, because the 2D stuff is easier for me to make since I'm not good at it, but I can make 2D art. So, but yeah. Oh, that means that a lot of it is coming together. Hold up. I think it really is gonna come down to I need to out how to do animation stuff for 3D, like how to use the animation stuff. Oh shit, it's actually coming together. It's like almost at a testable stage, like a real testing stage, like playing through the logic of it. Oh shit. I I think that's actually sick. I think I'm really happy with how everything's going right now, which is amazing to feel. I'm going to boop end stream because this has been great, but I know that the next thing I'm doing is going to be a lot of thinking about something, and I think I'm just happy with all the progress I've made today. Like I've made shit works now. And I got a whole I basically reinvented the input system because the input system is just different for the VR stuff. And I am happy with how that all came along with all those scripts. Do 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 do. Yeah. And like the layers to it, like I have it so that it gets I'm happy with it. I can't wait. Okay. Yep. I am gonna go eat and then I'm gonna start planning out all of the different screen stuff. Have a good night, everybody. Bye bye.